I'm Zach, and welcome to the last day of Waterfront 2020. We've definitely had a great time here. Um, had a lot of new exciting acts, a lot of new experiences for us all. I'm sure you all had quite the weekend with Halloween and everything, so today we're just going to have a nice, easy, chill flow practice. Nothing too extensive, just enough to get us rolling for our day. So we'll start out in the seated position in easy pose. We'll bring the left foot into the inner right thigh. Right heel will line up with the left ankle. Stand up long and strong through the spine. And we'll inhale and extend the hands all the way up to the sky. Bring the palms together. Lower the hands down to heart center. And slowly rotate the wrists, trying to keep them in contact at all times. And then reverse. And bring the hands down to the knees. We'll do some neck rotations. Big clockwise circles from the front of your chest all the way to the right shoulder, all the way to the back, to the left shoulder, and then back down in front. And reverse. And back to center. Go ahead and press down into the knees with the palms. We're going to roll the left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. We'll just keep this going for 5 rounds. back to center. Lean forward, and lean off to the right side, circling back behind you to the left side, forward, and we'll just keep this circular motion up for a good 5 rounds. And then reverse. Exhale back to center. Extend the legs out in front of you. And from here, we're going to lean back into the palms just a little bit. We're going to pull the knees in towards the chest. This is going to open up the knee joints, open up the hip joints. We'll go for 10 rounds here. I think I was already on 5 when I was talking, so we'll do 5 more. And 5. Lift the right leg, rotate the right ankle in a clockwise direction. Then go back counterclockwise. And then pulse the big toe back towards your kneecap. Drop the right leg, lift the left, clockwise. Counterclockwise. And toe to knee. Cool. Let's come back to easy pose. Left foot in. Heel stacks with ankle. Extend all the way up to the spine. Inhale, extend the arms all the way up. And exhale. Float the hands back down to the ground. Inhale up. Exhale. Back down. One more time. Inhale up. This time on your exhale, fold all the way forward with the hands still extended out in front of you. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale, twist to the right side, bringing the left hand to the top of the right knee. Right hand will plant down behind you, looking back over your right shoulder. Exhale back to center. Inhale one more time. And exhale to the left side. Right hand on the left knee. Left hand behind you, gazing over the left shoulder. Exhale, back to center. And extend the feet out in front of you. Plant the hands down beside the hips. Arms straight, spine straight. Really try to sink your butt into the ground for staff pose. Pointing your toes as well. on your next exhale, bring the left foot in to the inner right thigh. Inhale, extend the arms all the way up. And exhale, fold forward over the right leg. You can grab your toes if you want to. You can grab your ankle, or if it's more comfortable to grab your calf, that's fine as well. Try to stay long and strong through the spine. Really feel this stretch, stretching all the back side of your leg. Inhale back up, step the left foot to the outside of the right knee. Twisting, bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, planting the left hand down behind you, gazing over the left shoulder. Exhale, release, and switch elbows. So we're going to bring the left elbow to the inside of the left knee. I always like to bring my forearm down the inside of my shin as well. Twisting even further to bring the right hand behind you, gazing over the right shoulder. And on your next exhale, come back to center. Lower the left leg back down beside the right. Back into staff pose, planting the palms down on either side of the hips. Really pushing down through the hands, the chest forward, butt to the ground, and toes pointed. Inhale, bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. And on your next inhale, we'll extend the arms all the way up. And exhale, fold forward over the left leg. Remember to stay long and strong through the spine. You don't want to curve over. Inhale back up, step the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Twisting, bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, planting down behind you with the right hand, gazing over the right shoulder. Exhale, release and switch elbows, bringing the right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Plant down through the left hand, gazing over the left shoulder. exhale, back to center. Inhale, extend the hands all the way up. And exhale, folding forward over both legs. And inhale, back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace the fingers. And you want to tuck those just on the upper outside edge of the toes. Not enough to where it's going to hurt if you put weight on them, but just enough to anchor the hands. Inhale, long and strong through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, back up. From here, we'll take a tabletop position. Shoulders should stack over the palms, hips should stack over the knees. And we'll do a few rounds of cat-cows from here. So if you haven't done cat-cows before, a cat would be you dipping your belly down to the ground, chest forward, head up. And then that would be a cow. On a cat, you would do the exact opposite, arching the back towards the sky, pushing the hips forward, tucking the chin towards the chest. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And bring the back down to a neutral position. We'll step the right foot in between both hands. Let the left knee slide back just a little bit, press down through the right foot and extend all the way back up. Extending the hands to the sky. And exhale, bring the hands back down. Push the hips back, extending the right leg for a half split. And lean forward, releasing the right foot, bringing it back beside the left. And then we're going to extend the right foot out to the right side. Coming all the way up, bringing the hands off the ground. And we'll extend the left hand all the way up, bringing the right hand down to the right ankle. Exhale, bring the left hand down in front of you. Walk the right hand back in front of you as well, bringing the right foot back. And we'll do the same thing for the left side. So stepping the left foot forward in between both palms, sinking back just a little bit in the right knee, pressing down through the left foot. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring the palms back down. Pushing the hips back, extending the left leg, half split. And push the hips back forward, releasing the left foot, bringing the left foot back beside the right, and then we'll extend it to the left side, coming all the way up off the ground. Extend the right arm all the way up, left hand to the left ankle. And exhale, bring the right hand back down to the ground along with the left, bringing the left foot back in. Sink the hips back towards the feet. Arms are still extended for child's pose. Inhale, back up to a tabletop position. Tuck the toes into the ground. Send the hips back towards the feet. Extend the legs to downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal the feet out here. And exhale, step both feet forward in between both hands. Inhale all the way up to extended mountain. Gazing past the fingertips. And exhale, let the hands fall by your sides. Inhale, extend the arms all the way back up. Bring the palms together. Lower down to heart center, and then flow all the way through into a forward fold. Bend the knees if you have to. The idea is to bring the top of your stomach to the tops of the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. You can bring the palms to the tops of the thighs, calves, shins, or ankles. Rolling the shoulders back away from the ears. And exhale, forward fold. Planting both palms into the ground, step back with both feet to plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway to chaturanga. Untuck the toes, inhale, extend the arms up, chest forward, upward facing dog. And tuck the toes again, send the hips back towards the feet, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Exhale, step both feet forward, hands on top of the top of the thighs, roll the shoulders back away from the ears, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale all the way back up to extended mountain. And exhale, one more forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. exhale, forward fold. Plant both palms into the ground, step back with both feet. This time we'll bend the knees, go straight into downward facing dog. And inhale, extend the left foot back behind you. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward, bring the knee to the chest. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, extend the leg back up. And exhale, step the left foot forward all the way to bringing it to the outside of the left hand, lizard pose. Inhale, this time bring the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand, pressing the elbows into the knees, knees into the elbows, bringing the palms together at heart center. Exhale, plant the hands back down on the ground, step both feet back, send the hips back towards the feet, extend the legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg back behind you. And exhale, roll the shoulders forward, tuck the right knee into the chest. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, extending the foot back into the air. And exhale, stepping the right foot all the way up to the outside of the right hand. Inhale, step the left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Again, we're going to press the elbows into the knees, knees into the elbows, palms together at heart center. Exhale, plant the palms back down, step back with both feet. Bend the knees, send the hips back towards feet, extend the legs. One more, downward facing dog. Bend the knees halfway, strong dog. Go ahead and lower the knees all the way to the ground. Sit the butt back on the backs of the feet and slowly drift into child's pose. Inhale, come all the way back up. Kick the legs out from beneath you. Send the feet out in front of you. And slowly lower your back down to the earth. Bend the knees, plant the feet on the ground. From here, we're just going to windshield wiper our knees to either side. to center. From here, hug the knees into the chest. Bring the chin towards the knees. Then lower the head back down to the ground. We're just going to make big, wide circles with our knees. Coming up into the chest and back away from the chest. And switch directions. And then knees back to center. Go ahead and plant the feet back on the ground. Inhale, lift the hips off the ground. Bring the hands beneath the hip, interlacing the fingers, pulling the shoulder blades together for bridge pose. You want it to be a nice straight line from your kneecaps all the way down to your neck. You don't want to overarch the back forward or under. And exhale, release the hands, lower the hips back down to the ground. Inhale, lift the hips one more time, interlace the fingers, pull the shoulder blades together, bridge pose. Exhale, release. And one more. Inhale, lift the hips up. Interlace the fingers, shoulder blades together. Exhale, release the hands, lower the hips back down. Come back all the way up to a seated position. And from here, we'll do our final meditation. Feel free to lay back in Shavasana if you'd like to. You can stay seated if that's more comfortable. Just try to focus on your breath. Release yourself from everything going on in your day. Just be present here, now, and in the moment. In your own time, blink your eyes back open. Take some organic movement just to reanimate your body. thank you all for joining me today. I hope this practice brings a little extra clarity and ease to the rest of your day. Thank you for joining us for Waterfront. As always, with my deepest, greatest, and highest gratitude, much love.
Yoga. Yes, yes, yes. All right. And we are going to now embed Bay's script reading back at us. So head to our website and our video will be up there for just a few minutes to see their script reading that they are working on, a amazing project that they will actually be filming down here at Waterfront in December to bring it to a full concept. So if you want to see their new script reading, head back to our website and we'll have that video up very soon. All right, thank y'all.
malum vitae, malum mortem. 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 Malum vitae, malum mortem.
Fade in, external street morning. Will posts a photo on Facebook of him and strange man, then lights a cigarette as he walks to his car, noticeably hungover and disheveled, probably in the same clothes as the night before. Will's cell phone rings and he realizes he forgot about plans with Kate.
Ugh, where are you? I've been sitting here for 30 minutes.
Internal car morning. Will gets in his car, speeding his way there, spraying himself with cologne to mask the alcohol and cigarettes from the night before.
I'm almost there.
He abruptly hangs up on her and continues driving. External restaurant morning. Will pulls up to the restaurant and grabs a jacket from his passenger seat and puts it on, revealing a mostly empty bottle of alcohol. He jams it into the glove box and gets out of his car. Will walks up behind Kate, who's sitting at the table.
How is my beautiful best friend doing this morning?
Jesus, Will, you scared the shit out of me.
Will laughs and hugs her from behind before sitting down at the table.
Oh, did you blow an ashtray?
No, just a bouncer from Fourth and his boyfriend.
They awkwardly laugh. Will picks up Kate's mimosa and downs it.
So, how was that party last night? I heard it was crazy.
My head is killing me. Yeah, I need another mimosa or like a week of sleep.
Well, I heard about this B&B retreat that apparently deep detoxes you. You look like you could use it.
Oh, wow, yeah. Thanks, Kate. Yeah, good to know I look like shit.
Will starts to scroll through his phone.
Well, you've rescheduled brunch 3 times because you were too hungover. I don't know, it seems like you're always out partying or so self-involved with your channel that you forget about the people who actually care about you. I miss you.
I don't know, maybe it's stress or something. My channel has really been growing. I just finally have been getting off to blows with steam, you know?
Have you heard about the Bloom House? I think something like that could be really good for you. It's this retreat out towards Houston, no alcohol, no electronics, just the woods and yoga out in the middle of nowhere. And it's super discreet, so you don't even have to worry about people recognizing you. There aren't even pictures of it online.
Wait, what? Wait, you mean no one has vlogged out there yet?
Of course not. No electronics.
Oh my God. Kate, you're a genius.
Will dials a phone number, kisses Kate on the cheek, and leaves her sitting there alone and annoyed. Will is home packing his clothes. Joe makes Will's bed. Will puts a bottle of alcohol and pill bottle into his bag. Coven member sweeps the porch. Will places a camera underneath his clothes, making sure you can't see it when it's open. Joe locks the mysterious door. Will puts his bag into the passenger seat and gets into the car. Coven member chops wood. Will turns off the highway. Amos cuts meat on the metal table. Will drives through a wooded area. Amos washes blood off of his hands. Will drives down the dirt road and the radio starts to cut out. Joe pours a cup of hot cider. Internal car afternoon, day 1. Will pulls over and takes out his video camera.
Hello, everyone. Will here. Breaking news. I just confirmed a spot at the most exclusive, never before seen location. You probably heard of all about it in the tabloids, the Bloom House. I'm so excited to share my journey with you. Okay? Ciao. Mwah.
External parking afternoon. Will pulls up to the secluded house and looks in the mirror at his tired face. Josephine Calloway taps on his passenger window. Will jumps. Joe, smiling, stands outside with a cup of hot cider. Will gets out of the car.
You must be Will.
And you're Geraldine, right? Pleasure.
Will drops his bag on the ground and holds out a hand.
Josephine. But my friends call me Joe.
Right.
Let's go inside and get you settled, shall we?
Great.
Will starts to walk up to the house, and Joe picks up his bag, striding up to him. External underhouse afternoon.
First things first. Cell phone. We are a technology-free household.
Will finishes a text, kisses his phone, then reluctantly sets it in the box.
Any other electronics? Good.
Joe leads Will up the stairs to the front door.
We have some strict rules here, but you'll find they create an enlightening environment where you can learn about your true self.
Internal house afternoon. Joe leads Will into the house and walks Will to his bedroom.
Yoga begins at 5 a.m. every morning on the hill out front, followed by breakfast in the kitchen at 6 a.m. You'll have the rest of the day to yourself to kind of reflect and explore just whatever your soul is yearning for during that time. And we join again in the dining room for dinner at 6 p.m.
Internal Will's room afternoon. Joe opens Will's door to show a warm room decorated in red furnishings.
Please make yourself at home. A week in here can sometimes feel a lot like a lifetime.
Will walks in and throws his bag on the bed.
I'll leave you to it.
Joe leaves and Will unpacks the room, obviously disorganized and a bit chaotic in nature. He digs in his bag, pulling out a video camera. External evening. Will goes out on a walk around the property to sneak establishing shots for the vlog and get a thumbnail shot. Wandering around, Will sees a bonfire/ritual site. A bell is heard from the house. Will jumps at the sound. Will realizes more time has passed than he thought, emphasized by the setting sun and possibly a glance at his watch, indicating it has reached 6 p.m. He heads back to the house. Internal Will's room night. Will gets in bed and tries to get comfortable. Will closes his eyes. Internal nightclub night. Will dances alone in the middle of the club, filming himself. Strange man comes up and they begin to dance together. Strange man pulls out 2 tabs and puts one in his mouth, then in Will's. They continue to dance, the world spinning. Will and Strange man are in the corner doing cocaine. Will's phone rings in his back pocket. It's Kate. Internal Will's room morning, day 2. Will's dream is stopped by Joe knocking on the door.
Good morning, Will. It's time for morning yoga.
Will responds with a groan, then falls back to sleep. Joe waits a minute, then walks away. Internal Will's room afternoon. Will wakes up hours later, then gets ready. External yoga spot afternoon. Will is on the hill by the deck doing yoga. External deck afternoon. Joe stands on the deck eating an apple. Coven members are seen in the distance, unseen to Will. Joe waves to Will.
Will, making up for your missed yoga this morning, huh?
Yeah, I needed sleep, I guess.
Internal car day. Carl holds on to the oh shit handle while Jenny drives down a bumpy road.
Slow down!
I'm going 15 and a 25. I'm not going any slower. Maybe if you didn't insist on going to this place in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and would just sign the damn divorce papers.
Jenny, first of all, we agreed we would try this first. 3 days all in, right? I mean, this place will be good for us, honey. Maybe we can go for a little R&R or go on walks or maybe go skinny dipping in the river.
They pull up to a split in the road and stop.
Which way?
Right.
Great.
Actually, I think if you keep going south on this road, then there's a turn.
The house is seen in the distance over the hill.
Wait. That's it right there. Turn here.
Jenny slams on her brakes, looks at Carl, then turns onto the property. External parking afternoon. Carl and Jenny pull up to the Bloom house. Carl jumps out of the car and waves at Joe excitedly. He quickly strides to Joe and envelops her in a big hug. Jenny starts getting their bags out of the car, frustrated with Carl.
Josephine, so great to finally meet you. But where are my manners, right? I'm Carl North, and this is the light of my life, Jenny.
Jenny uncomfortably waves from the car. Will, watching the interaction, continues to do yoga on the hill.
Hey, man, hello, what's going on? Carl, that's Jenny.
Will awkwardly waves back. Joe looks toward him, so he stops and walks over to the group. Jenny struggles over to them with all their bags and throws them onto the ground.
Thanks for the help.
Thank you so much for having us. I can't tell you how happy I am to be here.
Hey, I'm Will.
Let's get you both settled. You can unpack and come down for dinner party at 6 p.m.
Jenny and Carl take their bags and begin to walk toward the house. Carl tries to put the hand on the small of Jenny's back, and she shrugs him off and walks ahead.
I hope to see you there. It's important that you bond with the other guests. Maybe you'll learn a bit more about the history of the land here.
Joe shows Jenny and Carl up the stairs and into the house. Internal dining room evening. Will slowly walks into the dining room. Jenny and Carl and Primary Coven sit around the dining table talking over one another. Amos is standing by 2 empty chairs talking to Primary Coven members. Joe is walking around the table putting a slab of bloody meat on each plate.
William, pleasure to meet you. Amos. Joe and I go back to, well, longer than I can remember.
I'm so glad you made it. Please, take a seat.
Amos takes his place at the head of the table, Joe beside him. Will sits in the empty seat and looks down at the piece of bloody meat and glass of cider already set. He begins to eat the bloody steak, almost shoveling it into his mouth. The coven talks amongst themselves.
It's good that you're a meat eater. It keeps you strong and grounded. It's a way of sacrifice that keeps balance and harmony around us.
The coven members begin to listen in on their conversation, and Will awkwardly nods.
We're all from the town's founding families. It was always taught to appreciate what was put on earth for us to survive.
Generations have been raising animals on this property to eat, sometimes even eating the ones that they love.
You make it sound like they ate their family.
Their animals were their family. I mean, most people now just see animals as pets or means to an end.
Oh, I thought you were talking about cannibalism. I could never eat someone I cared about.
I'd eat you.
Carl!
Everyone except Jenny chuckles, and Carl kisses her on the cheek. Jenny is embarrassed, but everyone continues to eat dinner. Plates clean, Joe begins clearing the table.
Can I offer anyone hot cider before we depart?
Amos and the coven nod and give signs of yes. Carl's eyes light up.
Thank you, but the drive here has me exhausted. We're going to bed.
Well, thank you so much for a lovely dinner, and it was great to meet all of you.
Walking to their room, Carl tries to put his hand on the small of her back, but she brushes him off. External deck sunset. Josephine pours Will, Amos, and Coven cups of hot cider.
So, William, what brings you here to the Bloom House?
Oh, I just needed a weekend to myself, you know?
See, yeah. Work or getting away from the family for a little while?
Oh, no, I love my work, but Kate thinks I've been partying too hard.
Kate, is that your girlfriend?
Oh no, Kate's my best friend. I don't know what I'd do without her, honestly. She's the one who told me about this place.
Well, then Kate sounds lovely. What did she tell you?
Just that it's a great place to detox. Yeah, but I'm an entertainer, and I've been getting a little burnt out recently.
Well, we are glad to have you, but it is getting late, so we best be getting to bed now. We have an early morning ahead of us tomorrow.
Yes, You're right. It was nice talking with you, William.
Yeah, you too.
Internal house. There it goes. Internal house night. Will walks to his room, confused and uncomfortable, and sees Carl sneaking out of Carl and Jenny's room.
Hey, Will, did you get a chance to talk to Amos?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Is he still here? Because I wanted to talk to him.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, what's that dude's deal?
I don't know. But one of Joe's friends, I guess.
Look, everyone keeps looking at him like they're waiting for permission or something. All this is starting to feel like a little Waco.
I don't know, but anyway, I gotta go. So I'll catch you later.
Carl goes out to the deck and Will goes to his room. Internal Will's room night. Will tosses and turns in bed, then glances over at a clock and it's already midnight. Will digs through his bag and takes a sleeping pill. Clock shows the witching hour. Will starts awake to the sound of screaming. He opens the door and peeks into the hall, catching a glimpse of a sack being dragged into a door he hadn't noticed before. Internal house night. He hastens after it, but the door is gone. Will turns to go back into his room, and Josephine is standing right in front of him, with a cup of hot cider in her hands.
Have you seen Ginny and Carl? I heard a strange noise.
No. Was there a door here?
Josephine hands him the hot cider.
No door here that I can see. Maybe we're both still just tired from staying up late last night. Oh well, there's breakfast in the kitchen if you're hungry.
Joe walks away. Will looks at where the door used to be, confused. He goes back to his bedroom door, looking at the hall once more and shaking his head. Internal Will's room morning. Will walks into his room and looks at the clock. It reads 6 a.m. He looks down at the cider in his hands. Will chugs down the warm cider. Only after finishing it does he realize that it had a strange, bitter taste. He changes into day clothes and goes to look into the mirror. Will looks at his reflection in confusion. His face is distorted and his eyes look huge. He stares at himself in awe. Internal kitchen morning. In a dazed and confused state, Will goes to the kitchen for breakfast. Josephine is standing in the kitchen chopping apples. Large knife in hand, Josephine turns toward Will, face distorting.
Will, are you feeling all right? You look a little off.
I feel like I'm dizzy. What was that cider you gave me? It feels like I took a shitload of shrooms.
Oh yeah, I made a pot this morning. I thought it would help you relax.
Excuse me? You did what? Well, how much did you give me?
Will stumbles back and starts to panic, the room turning around him.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
Joe sets down the knife and slowly walks over to Will, hugging him softly.
Shh. It'll be all right. The shakes will pass soon. Just take some deep breaths, okay? Why don't we get you some bread and we'll go downstairs for some yoga?
Will reluctantly nods and braces himself on the table, staring at the knife. External yoga spot morning. Joe and Will stand in the mountain pose with their eyes closed. Will takes in all of the sound of nature around him and feels the sun.
Take a couple of deep breaths here. And when you're ready, slowly roll down and place your hands on the ground in front of you.
They both breathe deeply 2 or 3 times, then roll down and place their hands on the ground in front of them, body bent in half at the torso. Will begins to sway, losing his balance a bit.
Okay, step both feet back into plank position and then flow into downward dog.
Will struggles to put both feet back and begins to shake in plank position. He takes a deep breath and pushes himself into downward dog. Upside down, he opens his eyes. Amos and Coven members are all in downward dog behind them. Surprised, Will falls to the ground. No one moves. Will looks around at everyone, confused at when and how they arrived. Will begins to notice the feel of the grass beneath him. His fascination is broken by Joe speaking.
All right, everyone, bend the knees. Then we will lower into child pose.
Will watches Joe, then maneuvers into child's pose. Joe, Will, Amos, and the Coven members lay face up in the grass circle, heads by one another, holding hands. They're all soaking in the sun.
Malum vitae, malum mortem. Malum vitae, malum mortem. Malum vitae, malum mortem.
One by one, the Coven members get up from the circle and walk away. Amos and Will are left lying across from one another. Amos stands and looks down at Will, still serene, and chuckles. Will slowly opens his eyes.
William, I think they've left us.
Oh, thanks. I didn't even notice when everyone got here.
Yeah. Those magic tea will do that to you. Do you have any plans for the rest of your day?
Not really. I'll probably just take a shower and try to sleep off the rest of these shrooms. It's been a while.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Amos hugs Will, then walks toward the wooded area, and Will goes up to the house. Internal, Will's room, night. Will sits on his bed, videotaping himself.
If you haven't done yoga while microdosing, I highly recommend it. I was totally into it, and I hate yoga. The grass, the sun, of it all, it was all just...
Will is cut off by someone violently banging on his bedroom door. He panics, shoving the video camera under his pillow. The banging gets louder and faster.
Malum vitae, malum mortem. Malum vitae, malum mortem.
Internal, Will's room, night. Will grabs a lamp off his bedside table, ready to use it as a weapon.
Who's there? I have a weapon and I'm not afraid to use it.
Will, have you seen Jenny and Carl? I heard a scream and I came as fast as I could.
No, I haven't seen them since dinner. Have you checked the room?
Yes, they're not in there.
Internal, Jenny and Carl's room, night. Will slowly opens Jenny and Carl's bedroom door to find Jenny and Carl missing, but all of their belongings in place.
Oh, well, they didn't leave. Their bags are still here.
Internal, house, night.
We should split up. You check outside and see if they left. I'll search the house.
Will leaves the room and searches the house. While looking around, Will finds a locked door he's never seen before. Will feels around the door frame until he finds a strange-looking key. He unlocks the door and slowly opens it. Internal, secret room, dawn. In the room, there are apples, candles, skulls, a mirror, knife, and a large book of shadows. Will walks up to the book. Will grabs a book and quickly leaves the room. In a hurry, Will closes the door behind him but forgets the key on the table. Internal, house, dawn. Carl and Jenny stumble in the front door, wrapped in towels and wet from skinny dipping in the river. Will hides the book behind his back. They notice Will, and Jenny hides behind Carl.
Hey, bud. How's it going?
Good. We were looking for you. We heard a weird noise.
Oh, man. Well, we need to get better at sneaking out. We went skinny.
For a swim in the river.
Joe walks in the front door behind Jenny and Carl.
There you are. Oh, how was your swim? The river gets pretty cold this time of the year.
It was fun.
Well, we're going to go have a
Jenny nudges him and gives him a look of embarrassment.
shower. We're going to go shower. And see you at dinner?
Yeah, see you then.
Internal dining room evening. Will goes to dinner and everyone from the B&B is already there with plates already set, same as the night before. There's a lull in the conversation.
So I heard a rumor about a witch group in the town. You guys know anything about that?
Everyone at the table goes silent.
My mother used to tell me a story about witches living here long ago. They thrived on the land, but they nurtured it as well. Then the new settlers came to town and hunted them down. Those who survived were forced to go into hiding, and it's rumored that they still live in the area, sacrificing those who threaten their way of life.
Joe stands, slamming her silverware onto her plate.
That's enough. Witch talk for one night. I'll clear the table. Would anyone like a cup of hot cider?
External deck sunset. Will drinks the cider and sits with everyone, listening to their conversation.
Sunset is beautiful out here. I don't usually get to see this downtown.
Just wait until the sun goes down. This place gets a lot more fun at night.
I'd like to make a toast. William, for being open to our way of life.
They all drink until their cups are empty. Will starts to feel extremely drowsy and falls asleep on the bench. External deck night. Will wakes up to muffled screaming coming from below him. External underhouse night. Will runs down the stairs and finds Jenny lying chained to a metal table, prepared to be butchered like cattle. He runs up to her and pulls off her gag.
Finally, I thought no one could hear me.
What's going on? Why are you...
Come on. Find a way to get me out of these. And hurry before the freaks come back.
Freaks? Who did this to you?
Behind you!
Hello, Will.
Will whips around. External house night. Josephine, with chains in one hand, lifts her other hand.
Impitu.
With an unseen force, Will flies across the ground and slams into the trunk of a tree, knocking him out. Joe puts the chains on the ground and waves a hand.
Enecto.
The chain wraps around Will and the tree, tying him to the tree trunk. Will comes to, seeing Josephine walk back into the house and Amos running off in the distance. External yoga spot night. Will says nothing, afraid of who might hear. Jenny comes running from under the house, bloody and disheveled. She sees Will and runs up to help him.
What is going on?
I can't believe that asshole brought me all the way out here for this.
Jenny, tell me what's going on.
Apparently my piece of shit husband is working with Joe and probably those weirdos from dinner too. That bitch chained me to a table.
The entire coven is seen swarming from the forest behind them.
Come on, let's go.
Will and Jenny start running for the cars. External house evening.
Impitu.
Suddenly, Jenny is violently yanked backward onto the ground. Coven members drag her toward the bonfire/ritual site. External field night. Will takes off in a mad dash through the field for the edge of the property. Will runs down the road. Will eventually makes it to the highway and flags down a car. The car pulls over and Will jumps into the passenger seat.
Thank you so much. You wouldn't believe what kind of weekend I've had.
Will looks over and it's Kate, part of the coven.
Hello, William.